everyone stood around because he called fair catch.
And there was
Lakota West didn't move because they called fair catch. Colerain let it go because he called fair catch.
They're calling it a legal fair catch and a block in the back.
Yeah.
This official with the white hat. This is. You know what? I'm just gonna shut it right there.
Yeah. Formation out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle, faked. Horton keeps it himself off a right guard, finds some space, and will make it third and manageable for the Firebirds.
Tackled by Josh Hoover.
Yeah, taken down by Dan Bolin again. You're absolutely right. We'll see how this plays off late in the game. Colerain is really kind of known for their all-season conditioning. But when you got this many players going both ways and in skill positions.
That's just a surprise you haven't seen. So you have a couple senior DBs that don't play a lot. I'm surprised you don't see them in here. Maybe we'll see them.
Yeah, we might see Kendricks a little bit later.
Actually, Javante Turnage just to give those two a break. And again, T formation, 3rd and 5 for the Firebirds.
They have thrown out of this formation.
And they'll hand off to Afari, and they'll go right at J.J. Davis. Tries to find the space. He had the blockers, but I don't know if he had enough.
He ran out of space.
Ran out of sideline, and it will be marked.
At the 40-yard line.
Going to be about 3 yards short.
Short of the line again. It'll be 4th down.
4th and 2.
That should be, well, no, he steps out of bounds, so that does stop the clock. So the punt team is going to come on. Interesting to see if Colerain will go after this. As you pointed out earlier, they've struggled with a low and a slow snap going back.
York in punt formation.
Court back to punt. Snap is back. It's bobbled. Bolden nearly got it. Forces a very errant punt. It will bounce right to Javon Hicks. For some reason, picks it up, goes there, tries to run one way, runs back the other way, cuts back, falls forward. No, he didn't. But he'll pick up positive yardage on the play. It'll be 1st down for the Colerain Cardinals.
And that goes to Cardinals.
Well, that's one of those what are you doing attaboy kind of plays.
He tried to run backwards until he realized he was running backwards into where everyone had gone because the punt was so poor. So getting that look.
Yeah,
you can't run backwards when everyone else is already behind you.
Yeah, he picked up the ball at the 35, went back to the 30, but does get up to the 46 for a 6-yard return.
1st down the Cardinals, and they're going to stay in this I formation. Deontay Smith-Moore in at fullback. J.J. Davis dots that I. And pass out. Sincere Jones, one man to beat on the sidelines. He gets by him again. Can he get the edge? He cannot. He's pushed out of bounds. Not before he gets deep into Lakota West territory for another Cardinal 1st down.
It's the play that Davis scored on earlier.
Not only is it the play that Davis scored on earlier, it's the exact same quarterback, Jeremiah Ross, that got juked out at the line of scrimmage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct
so,
attention.
That is the end of the 1st quarter. And after 1 quarter play here, a very eventful 1st quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 7, the Lakota West Firebirds 3.
At Colerain High School.
And again, thanks to everybody from Waycross Community Media and all the volunteers that are here tonight, up in the booth and the camera, behind the scenes. Thank you for all volunteers, and they could use your help in a future broadcast. If you'd like to learn how to run a camera or get on the mic yourself or even create your own program, remember that's www.waycross.tv/volunteer, or you can call 513-825-2429.
RB Toy Manufacturing.
And again, you're listening to us live on wearecolerain.com. You can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com, or in the live chat feed on YouTube. And we'd like to give a special shout out to Don Ostertag checking in from Clearwater, Florida. Let's give a special thanks to Senior Dan Bolden here on senior night. And it's not just that senior night for the Colerain Cardinal football team. There's a special honor here for the Butler Tech career program here. As you get some of those individuals being honored here in between quarters. So, resetting. 1st down and 10 for the Colerain Cardinals at the Lakota West 30-yard line.
After a long, penalty-ridden 1st quarter, as you said earlier, Brandon, it's probably one of the longest quarters we've had all year. It's still only 7-3. Colerain Cardinal leading.
Why not?
trying to continue this long GMC streak they got going on here.
40-minute first quarter. Cardinals again staying in this I formation, not doing anything but this base package. Handoff, faked, option, pitch, out. Sincere Jones met in the backfield by Xavier Peters.
This time Lakota West keeps their keys, and that's the way you defend the option. Hit the fullback, make the quarterback pitch, and stay on the key. Perfect read, forces him deep, and there are 3 men to make that pitch. Colerain's going to have to mix that up. Been running traditionally out of that I formation all game.
And that was David Jones getting off the veer block and making the initial contact, and Xavier Peters cleaning it up. So, 2nd and 11, Cardinals flip the formation. Handoff, play action, looking deep, wheel over top to Sincere Jones and overshoots him. Incomplete.
Yeah, I see Coach Bolden from the sideline giving him the hand signal that I was going to say. He's got to get more air under that ball. Let him run underneath. He tried to lead him. He was well covered, but did have about a half a step. It would have took a perfect throw. But you got to get some air under that ball. Let him run underneath it. Interesting placement of the ball where Colerain will go for it here.
3rd and 11. Again, Cardinals staying in that I formation. And this time they go play side. Handoff, Deontay Smith-Moore, and he just got hung up on the line of scrimmage. He had space but got slowed down just enough. And he's held to just a 4-yard gain. It'll be 4th down for the Colerain Cardinals. And they will not send the field goal team out. They will go for it.
Yeah, probably close to mangled range, but you want to test your quarterback, test your offense. This is senior night.
Wing formation now. And maybe they're not going to go. They might be just trying to draw the Firebirds off sides.
Yeah, right. They run that false motion there. No, looks like they're going to run a play. 5 seconds left in the play clock. And they tried to do the fake motion again, but little miscommunication. I believe a couple of the offensive linemen didn't know that they were going to run the fake again.
And a false start, and that might now question where you're going to put your field goal kicker or not. Would be a 48-yard field goal attempt. They'll bring the extra wide receiver in. They'll spread it out. Shotgun now.
Eight seconds left. They might have to burn a timeout here. They're watching the clock. I believe they're just running it down.
And that's exactly it. Bolden got to a certain point. He just was going to call timeout waiting on the play clock to get down to 1. So it'll be 4th and 11 at the 31-yard line of the Firebirds. Cardinals still lead 7-3 over Lakota West.
Yeah, that offside penalty there pretty much forced them to make a tough decision. You're in mangled range. Not an experienced kicker. He does have a big leg, but you know what about his longs for the year is in the mid-40s. But as we know in high school football, a missed field goal attempt that reaches the end zone is almost like a punt. The ball will be spotted at the 40. So even if you don't think you can make it, if you can kick it to the end zone, a field goal attempt is not bad here.
The other thing about that is it is not returnable. As soon as the ball gets into the end zone, it is a touchback and unreturnable.
So Colerain's going to break the huddle, and yes, the offense is staying out there. But you know what? I wouldn't put him past a pooch kick here by Gunnar Leyendecker. He is in the shotgun formation.
Trips to the top of the field. Leyendecker takes the snap, looks back, screen pass out to J.J. Davis. Makes one man miss, got to make another, and he does. Past the line to gain. 1st down, Colerain Cardinals. J.J. Davis.
Colerain showing just a little bit more speed on the edge. You know what's coming. Just a little out screen. Good block there. Was that Jacob? No, that's Javon Hicks out there.
No, Sincere Jones, they made the good block. Javon Hicks missed the initial block, made up for it on the secondary block.
As long as he blocked somebody, whoever did it, they did enough to get the first down. A big fourth down conversion. That's going to go all the way down to the Lakota West 18.5.
Pitch out. Sincere Jones got some space in front. 6 points. Touchdown. Colerain Cardinals.
Lakota West, they've been plugging up the middle, taking that away, but they just showed a lot of speed on the edge.
We gave Hicks some crap on the last one. Watch this block by Javon Hicks.
Well, we don't see it, but we saw the aftermath.
Javon Hicks just laid a block, opened it up for Sincere Jones to work off the J.J. Davis block. 6 points, Sincere Jones mangled, set to kick again. Kick is up. And kick is good on the 10-16 mark of the second quarter. Colerain Cardinals 14, Lakota West Firebirds 3.
I tell you what, how much confidence does Colerain have after that? A couple penalties put you to take a third manageable to a fourth and long, and you make the play. You end up with the touchdown. Your coach trusts your offense. You make the big play.
And at this point, you got to ask why you don't do anything but just throw the ball 3 yards at a time. Let your receiver.
Well, get your athletes in space, and what we've seen,
and
we
might
have a little bit more speed on that outside.
And we know the strength of this Lakota West defense is the big men up front, Xavier Peters in the middle. Colerain Cardinals decisively decided to attack the edges tonight, and have so far been successful. As we get another look here at that Sincere Jones touchdown. And again, Javon Hicks laid his man out.
Well, and then J.J. Davis didn't lay his man out, but he did enough to seal him off.
And Sincere Jones just works off of it and says, wherever J.J. Davis takes this guy, that's where I'm going to follow. He's into the line of 6. Chris Mangold set to kick off.
He squibbed one, and he's kicked one deep.
This one will be squibbed again into the corner. Not far enough downfield, though, as it rolls out of bounds for an illegal procedure.
I think you were a little polite and nice calling that into the corner.
He was attempting to kick it into the corner.
Yeah, that ball went out of just inside the 20.
Ball was spotted at the 35-yard line.
So this is Lakota West starting in their own territory, really looking for an answer to find a little bit of rhythm. Had only one sustained drive, but that was helped out a lot by several personal fouls there by the Colerain Cardinals.
Little confusion right now. Wrong hash mark for the Firebirds. Now they've figured out they're on the right hash.
Play clock down to 5.
T formation. Horton takes it, handoff, Swanson to the left, trying to find the edge, got some blockers out front.
Swanson, the ball carrier.
Again, Lakota West has some space, or has some blockers, just run out of space. The Cardinals do a good job of stringing it out.
Edge of student body, get everybody out in front. Looking to hold a little crease right here. Does get positive yardage picks. He probably runs 35 yards to pick up 3.
More than that, he's running from one. The field is 60 yards, 60-plus yards wide. He's running from one hash to the other. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. Back to the shotgun, handoff to Afari. Makes one man miss. Initially, nearly broke that one, but he's tripped up by the feet.
I'll tell you what, he had a hole there, and I really didn't see who took him down. One of the Colerain defensive linemen from underneath that pile got a shoestring on him. That might have been Ethan Stout from his middle linebacker position, but it looked like there's nobody else around him, and all of a sudden he went down. So 3rd down and 5.
Horton. Back to that shotgun formation, flanked by Afari. And the Cardinals
Yep.
will give back 5 yards. Should result in a Firebird first down.
They've done that a couple times tonight. They go with the hard count. The nose tackle. I'm not sure. Was that Hobbs?
It's 53. Trey Mason? I'm asking. Is it Trey Mason?
Oh, I thought that was
Mason Hill. Mason Hill. I got both. There's Trey Hudson, Trey Harris,
Trey Hudson,
Mason Hill. I just put all their names together. Okay, first down and 10 for the Firebirds. 3 wide receivers set out of the shotgun. Snap back. Handoff of Fari up the middle. Met immediately by Brendan Hobbs and Luke Bolden.
Ball carrier, tackle made by Luke
Bolden. This time they try to go off tackle. They've had most of their plays have gone over the guard. This time they try to go a little bit outside. Luke Bolden does a nice job sealing on the outside. Lakota West, like most teams that play this Colerain defense, a decided size difference between the offensive and defensive line. But the Colerain defensive line are quick off the ball, disruptors in the gap.
2nd and 9. Under 9 to play in the half now. Snap, handoff of Fari, and he's met immediately. This time it's Ethan Stout and Deshaun Pace.
Ethan Stout.
Yeah, they're not really. It's not really much of a read option there. It's pretty much just a straight dive.
3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8.
They came up big with a kind of a situation where they went to the screen game a little bit earlier. Caught the aggressive Colerain defense attacking a little bit and threw it behind them. But this time under center.
Interesting formation, fake handoff, play action, roll to the right. He's got his man. Overshot him, and it's a good thing he did because Javon Hicks had eyes at 6 on that one.
Yeah, they go play action. They bring a guard out there as a protector, but you're absolutely right. Tight end kind of released to the middle of the field, and that was red. If that ball's anywhere near Javon Hicks is right there. As we watch the replay, he rolls out to get away from the pressure, sets his feet, throws against his body. But overthrows the receiver. Hicks will go up. This will bring on the punt team. He'll be set up about his own 20-yard line.
Hort back and another very poor snap, but the Firebirds do a very good job of blocking it. Fair catch at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will take over. With 7:49 to play, up 14-3. Cardinals first down on their own 20-yard line.
So Lakota West has been winning the field position battle. The Colerain's offense has not been fazed by that. And I'm really surprised, as I said earlier, they're not coming after that punter. They're sending 1 or 2 guys, but this long snapper on that punt
the
is
Cardinals
really struggling tonight.
Cardinals very vanilla with their formations. Just this tackle over I formation nearly every single down. This time they go play side. Deontay Smith-Moore in space, cut back. Find some space past the line again, and if not for this superstar D1 prospect Xavier Peters tracking that play from behind, Deontay Smith-Moore has 6.
Yeah, they just simple off tackle play.
Cardinals quickly to the line, and they'll run it again. Handoff DSM, same result, just got tackled initially a little sooner, but not before he picks up 9 yards.
Running behind big Rusty Feth there on the left side.
7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3.
Colerain offensive line went quick. You know what? I have not seen them go quickly like that in a long time.
Well, they knew they had that by formation and just went and ran the same play exactly over again. Outside veer and just completely open it up for DSM.
It doesn't allow the defense to make any type of adjustment. So 2nd and 2.
Outside veer again. DSM still on his feet. Spins off a 1. Off another. Still on his feet. Across the 40-yard line. And another Cardinal first down.
Taking advantage of his playing time in there at fullback. He's not the biggest guy, but he just shows some tackle breaking ability right there. He just takes a simple dive up there. A little bit smaller, finds a crease. Lakota West doesn't wrap up. He runs through some arm tackles, and he is an ankle tackle away from taking the distance.
And a quick to the line, pump fake, and dropped. Oh, what a play by the Colerain Cardinals. They faked that little bubble that they've been running all night. Double move wide open. Javon Hicks just
Gunnar
dropped
Leyendecker,
it.
Gunnar Leyendecker couldn't throw in a better ball, and Javon Hicks You know what? He plays both ways. Maybe he forgot he was on offense that time.
Oh, he is going to.
Yeah,
all those times past couple weeks where Leindecker's overshot him, Leindecker's going to get him. It's like I put it
middle
perfect.
of the chest, both hands on the ball. He just dropped it. No excuses. So 2nd out of 10.
Dirty laundry on the playing surface.
And they're going to call a false start on the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Join the Colerain Boosters. Now join the Boosters on.
So what was 2nd and 10 is now 2nd and 15.
Ball spotted at the 41 of Lakota West Firebirds.
Cardinals a little more manageable than that 2nd and 38 they had earlier.
Or that 4th and 15 or whatever that was, 4th and 18.
They converted to 3rd and 11. So same I formation, quickly to the line, handoff, faked, kept, option keeper, Leyendecker puts on the Jets, he's got some space, cuts back, still on his feet, inside the 10, busts some tackles, trying to fight for more inside the 5, and he's finally brought down, but not before he gets all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Shows a little bit of acceleration right there. They overplayed the pitch this time, and he shows some Jets. Leyendecker has been hurt, nursing a hamstring pretty much in the beginning of the year, and he shows a little bit of power running through his tackle. He wants to score. He hasn't scored a long touchdown in a while. He wanted to get in the end zone, but he has stopped 3 yards short.
So, big package, 2 tight ends, Bolden and Bolden now in at the wingbacks. Luke Bolden in motion, and the Cardinals. Luke Ponting fell forward, and that's false start.
Ball back to the 7. The 1st and goal from the 7.
So, it'll be 2nd and 7, or 1st and goal from the 7 rather than the 2 now.
So bring the ball back to the, what is that, about the 8-yard line?
7.5, maybe, somewhere around there. They'll stay in that big package.
Yeah, 1st and goal. They just go power on power. They have thrown out of here.
It's going to go student body left. Leyendecker finds some space.
Leyendecker, the ball carrier.
And I'll tell you what, again, if there's anyone else but Xavier Peters,
and they're pushing after the play, and no flags on this.
There's a flag.
Oh, there is. There's a couple of them.
Again, if it is any other player but Xavier Peters, that's a touchdown for the Colerain Cardinals, but Xavier Peters again blows it up, and we got a penalty flag here forthcoming.
Yeah, a little post-possession, or post-play again. Interesting. We'll see how it's called, whether it goes both ways, one way.
Personal foul on the Firebirds.
It'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball's going to be spotted at the 1-yard line.
Unfortunately for the Cardinals, they're not going to, well, not unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to maximize the efficiency of the yardage to gain because you're going to get 1 yard on the play.
You know, it's tough for either team to get out of the rhythm. This has just kind of been a disjointed game a little bit. There's always a little bit of jawing after play, but quick with the flags of the referees.
Handoff, DSM, untouched, Deontay Smithmore, 6 points for the Colerain touchdown.
I tell you what, a hole he had to run through. I might even be able to score on that play.
Don't get that far ahead of yourself.
We've watched the replay. There's just nobody in that hole. A big block. I got about Dan Bolden clears the way.
Dan Bolden and Jonathan Hudson there on the edge opened it up, sealed it. Mangold set to kick the extra point. Martini with the hold. Ponting with the snap.
Mangold to attempt the extra point.
Snap is down. Kick is up. And it's good. And at the 5:42 mark of the first half, it's the Colerain Cardinals 21, the Lakota West Firebirds 3.
Again, check Twitter on wearecolerain.com for your playback schedule. We'll also have it on our website as we watch Deontay Smithmore walk into the end zone behind the big block. But, you know, your replay schedule. We'll read it to you right now. On Spectrum TV, Channel 4, and Cincinnati Bell Optics, 8:54. Sunday the 22nd at 9 a.m. and Thursday the 26th at 2 p.m. And on Spectrum, Southwest Ohio, 979, Cincinnati Bell Optics, 8:50. Saturday the 21st at 9 p.m., Monday the 23rd at 5 p.m., and Wednesday the 25th at 9 p.m. And you can watch them anytime, probably sometime starting tomorrow, online, www.waycross.tv.
Cardinals are set to kick off.
The Mangold's kind of struggling so far tonight with his kickoffs. Squibbed one, popped one up, shanked one, but this time
it will be long and deep and fielded at the 2-yard line. Trying to find some space, and he is tackled out ahead by Deshaun Pace. And we have another penalty on the field. A holding.
Preliminary indication, illegal use of the hands, blocking the back, Lakota West.
Blocking the back is the actual signal, not holding. His hand was facing the other way on the signal, so it'll be for a spot foul. Flag was at the 20, so one can assume this ball will be placed.
Okay, take Deshaun Pace, just a sophomore at 6 foot, 170 pounds. He's just going to get bigger. Shows a lot of speed there, great tenacity.
On the 10-yard line.
So the field position that Lakota West has had and not taken advantage of. This time, this is the deepest start that they've had for a possession. Ball at their own 10. They've attempted a few passes, but really haven't had much time. Running the fullback pretty much up the middle. Some success to the outside.
Back to that T formation now. Handoff, double handoff up the middle. Swanson found some space, and Ethan Stout does a good job of wrapping it up.
I tell you what, we haven't seen that from them in a while. That's a shades of Glen Estee. Back in the days, those double handoffs out of the wing formation.
Glen Estee doesn't exist anymore, but yes.
But that's kind of the offense they used to run back in the day. Ethan Stout stays home.
7.
I believe that was Hobbs also on the tackle.
Again,
they're going to pick up 3.
13 penalties so far here in the first half. Really just taking both teams out of the rhythm. Fortunately for the Colerain Cardinals, they've been able to capitalize on some big plays. Horton now trips to the right. Shotgun formation, handoff, Afari up the middle.
Afari, the ball carrier.
I'll tell you what, Ethan Stout is going to have himself a stat sheet tonight.
You know, when you're just running the one running back out of that, it's really, I don't know if they're truly running a read option right there, because the quarterback has yet to keep it tonight. It's pretty much looked like they're just running straight.
He did keep it the one time, but that's because the running back didn't
went
run.
the wrong way. Yeah, there was nobody to give him. And there we are here in the booth. Thanks there, guys, for the great camera work. And thank you for taking the camera off us.
3rd down and long for the Firebirds. 3rd and 5. Horton trying to get the Cardinals to jump. They don't. They're going to get to him, though. Hand, front, caught. Tight end in the middle. Pass complete for a first down to number 85.
That's Alex Bunton. He just releases quickly. Finds a soft spot in the zone. Just a bullet pass. Doesn't pick up anything after the catch, but enough for the first down.
Horton felt the pressure coming, kind of stepped up and almost shot put it that thing forward just to get rid of it. That ball was a laser out of his hand. Didn't have any arc, just a straight line drive.
Yeah, 4 minutes left in halftime. Lakota West still has all 3 of its timeouts left.
Cardinals have 2 of theirs. Snap back, handoff of Afari. He's going to try to find some space off tackle. He'll be brought down, but not before it picks up about 7 yards on the play.
Afari, the ball carrier.
Tell you, good to see him back in the ball game. You got sophomore quarterback, sophomore running back. Future looks bright for Lakota West. Might be struggling this year, but Larry Cox will get him going with this dynamic duo in their backfield. So he'll pick up about 6 yards on that play.
Handoff. Swanson met in the backfield but breaks the tackle, but not before the rest of the Cardinals clean up.
Trey Harris was in on the tackle.
You were talking about Ethan Stout earlier. He will not get a stat on that play, but his penetration took away the sweep, forced him inside to a whole host of Colerain Cardinals. We're waiting for him. So we're under 3 minutes. This would be a 3rd down and 4. They need to get to the 34-yard line.
So, Horton. And a lineman moved a little bit. No. They're going to get a false start on the Firebirds. And a 3rd and manageable just turned into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, it did look like he tried to go to the hard count again to fool Colerain. Just looked like that the right guard just was a little bit antsy right there. So again, referee struggling with math.
Yeah, there they go.
So with the 5-yard penalty, the 3rd down and 4 is now 3rd down and 9. See how quickly I did that, Brandon?
Yeah, look at that math. 3rd and long. Horton takes it, looks downfield, sets up the screen pass. It's not there. He's going to have to scramble on his own. Cardinals are there. Horton's going to get 1 yard on the play, but a good job by the Cardinal defense.
Colerain's going to use a timeout there as they go to set up the screen, and it is blown up. 55 for Colerain. Trey Harris reads that. That's a film room defensive play right there. Anticipated the play and was there. He was, as a defensive lineman, was more wide open and in the path than the running back was. So Colerain does burn a timeout. They will have 1 left. But this deep, it's a 4th down 11. You'll want the return, but as we said earlier, they've been struggling with the long snap.
Cardinals took that timeout. They'll have 1 remaining, but more importantly, in high school football with the clock stopping at a 1st down, what's more important is the time on the clock, and that's what they're trying to preserve.
So the punter's going to set up inside his own 10. Javon Hicks at a Colerain 40. See if they come after this one here.
Snap is back, and this time it's a good one. Kick is up, and it's a very good one.
That's
Hicks going to take it at his own 35, going to find some space, try to get the sidelines. He's just caught in space. Tries to cut back, be pushed out of bounds. He'll get to about his own 41, but the Cardinals will have 59 yards to manage. 10-minute 52.
Clutch play. When you needed a good snap, you needed a good kick. Lakota West gets both of them right there. Turns Hicks around. Smart play by Patterson not to make the block here. Hicks looking for something. Doesn't want to go out of bounds, but there's not really nowhere for him to go. So 1:52 left. Colerain 1 timeout. The ball's at their own 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. We got 4 wide receivers. They've taken out the tight end. This will be a test with this big defensive front.
Xavier Peters looks like he's lining up at a defensive end to come after the quarterback. Step back, Cook to Josh Huber. Just a 4-yard gain, but he stays in bounds.
Yeah, Lakota West guarding the boundaries and not want to give it up the big play. We'll give you the underneath all the time.
That's a 44-yard line.
Linebacker takes the snap, drop back, good protection, throws it up over top. He had J.J. Davis, but J.J. Davis had kind of slowed down his route until he looked up and saw that it was going deep.
Yeah, just pretty much all in the streaks right there. It does stop the clock, 1:23. This might be a good spot. To run that same play all deep, allow the penetration defensive end, and just run kind of a quarterback draw underneath.
Cardinals substitute Luke Ponting, the tight end, checks back in. Huber checks out, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Ponting, he doesn't have a lot of catches, but we saw a couple last week where he just kind of slipped down the middle of the field. Is a receiving threat from the tight end position. Colerain's got 2 guys in motion right there. J.J. Davis coming on the jet sweep.
Postcard Colerain.
Smith Moore just moved a little bit there in the backfield. You can't. So clock doesn't move, but the ball does.
Unlike NFL or college, there is no 10-second runoff, even though the clock was running. So it'll be 3rd and 11. Shotgun quads, 2 on either side. Step back, double move.
And they tried to swing it out, and Xavier Peters went out, and they might be calling that a lateral.
Xavier Peters.
It was a quick little swing pass to the outside, but they might say that's a backward pass. So that would have been a live ball. Xavier Peters knocks it down and comes up with himself.
That is the call. They're going to call it a lateral. 1st down, Lakota West.
Backward pass.
Yeah, you played till the whistle is gone. There was no whistle on that play. Good penetration by the defensive end. Peters knocks it down and gets the. So it turned into a last possession. Colerain looking to score. Lakota East deep in Colerain territory.
And Xavier Peters is single-handedly keeping Lakota West in this football game.
So they have 2 timeouts left. 1:07. Ball's on the Colerain. Is that 24?
Handoff, Statue of Liberty play to Afari. He's going to pick up about 5 yards and a good fake by the Firebirds.
Yeah, almost kind of a reverse draw right there. You called Statue of Liberty. He takes a snap and runs out. A little counter draw. Nice play by Trey Harris, stays home. Lakota West is going to burn up a timeout.
We have 2 remaining with 54 seconds at the 18-yard line. You got to wonder here, I know you want as many points as possible, but does the score dictate that Lakota West is going to go for it here or go for the field goal?
Well, a field goal gets you points, may give you confidence. If you go for it and don't score, could take whatever win that you have in the sails away. I think location of the field and down and distance is going to dictate the decision.
Not the flag, the little thing on the other side, marker.
So, 54 seconds left.
Are you listening?
2nd and 5.
Here we go, shotgun formation.
18-yard line. Snap is back, Corton, drop back, looks, hit his man in the flats, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of pressure from the outside. Might have rushed that throw. Didn't really give Jalen Swanson a chance to catch that ball. We'll bring up a 3rd down. Tried to run a clear out route with the tight end wide receiver and throw it underneath the running backs.
So the only issue I have running camera is that my
good play design, just not executed well.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Cardinal defense trying to hold after a big turnover that set up Firebirds deep in their own in Cardinal territory. Snap is back. Little confusion there, and Horton just going to take it and roll. And everyone kind of stopped because they thought it was
an offsides. Everybody pointing to the offensive line. You're absolutely right. There's a last timeout's going to be burned.
28, Tanner Riley was in on a tackle. Timeout.
Yeah, as they started that play, every Colerain defender was pointing towards movement.
Tanner Riley will get credit for the tackle. Picked up about 1.5 yards. It'll be 4th and 4 with 39 seconds. And this will be your answer to your question I asked earlier.
But you know what? This is kind of in a different spot where you're not really sure. You're in the middle of the field. We don't know how much he trusts his kickers. It should, it's pretty makeable kick from there. Yeah, it's pretty. He made a longer one earlier. He's in dead center of the field. But is that enough to settle for 3. Already down 3 scores.
Lakota.
Where a big touchdown here could be. But hey, what happened last week, Brandon? Playing Fairfield. Fairfield's going in at halftime to make the game close, and they get the big return, big defensive play. So this could build confidence if Colerain gets a snap here. They've gone for the hard count a couple times. Colerain's going to hold the water right here.
First time we've seen quad receivers. Cardinals applying the pressure, throw up into the back of the end zone, and it's caught for 6 points.
Well, just kind of floated it up there. Colerain kind of sitting in a slight man zone. I'm not really sure what kind
that
of
was an all-out blitz, man. The man, Jaden Horton's about to get sacked. He just threw that ball up in the air.
Just threw it to an area and trusted his wide receivers.
And Dylan Jones comes down with it for the Firebirds.
Safeties get over there a little bit late. So Lakota West on the scoreboard, touchdown, waiting to get this extra point.
Snap is back, kick is up. And it's good. And with 33 seconds remaining in the half, the Colerain Cardinals still leading, but Lakota West cuts it down. It's now 21-10 Cardinals.
You know, Colerain does have 1 timeout left with these 33 seconds. We'll see what they do with this big return, but you know what that play does for me, knowing the history of the coaches here, it's going to make an interesting locker room at halftime. You make the offensive blunder, which turns the ball over, and then
this
you give up your
This is one
first
of those
touchdown.
awkward games for the Cardinals that always happens towards the end of the year, where looking at the 2 records, one team should, the Colerain Cardinals, with a 6-2 record, 2-6 record for Lakota West, on paper this game shouldn't be close, but it's one of those games where they're playing a little extra hard, Colerain Cardinals are playing a little looser. There's not really a rhythm to the game. There's every little thing that could possibly go.
Referees have made their presence known a little bit, so it just kind of throws off a little bit of the game. You're absolutely correct.
J.J. Davis and Sear Jones back deep. Hort into the air. J.J. Davis will take it. He's going to try to find some space up the middle. Cuts it back now to the outside. He's going to go down the sidelines. He's going to run out of space. Not before he gets near midfield. So the Colerain Cardinals will have 1 timeout in 26 seconds. You got to think they're going to at least try to get in field goal range.
48-yard line.
Well, we know Leyendecker has the arm to throw it deep, but we also know that great coverage last time
to the
by Lakota West.
48-yard line.
They know to guard the deep ball.
Cardinals.
Anytime that you've got, knowing a passing situation, you've got Xavier Peters on the field, Colerain offensive line will be tested.
And as we say that, the Colerain Cardinals are in their base I formation.
Now here comes that swing pass out of that. Sincere Jones. You got one-on-one coverage out there. Nope.
Handoff. DSM still on his feet. First down to the 35.
That'll stop the clock temporarily until the chain's removed. Colerain's going to call a play right away.
21 seconds.
You know who needs to throw the ball when you can pick up 15 yards from your fullback?
Snap back. Swing past J.J. Davis. He's going to take it and get out of bounds.
Linebacker pass is complete to J.J.
14
Davis.
seconds left.
Cedric Thomas. In on the tackle for the Firebirds.
You got time for maybe one more play. You really do, because you do have a timeout left.
33-yard line. Second down, 7.
Yeah, depending on the outcome, you have some time. Two receivers are either side.
Oh my.
Xavier Peters gets a little jump there. He's pointing to the offensive line, and it is.
We'll start Colerain.
Ganella, right tackle there for Colerain Cardinals. He's had his hands full all night, trying to stop Peters. Rocked a little bit there on the outside. It's going to take away 5 yards.
Motion. Hicks into the boundary, steps out, still on his feet. And they'll have 11 seconds. He'll get back the penalty yardage and some more. A nice decoy using the motion there.
We've seen that a lot from Hicks. He's got a lot of size, but he's not quick. So if you're going to give him that much of a cushion one-on-one, he can run around you, but he can run through you too, and does a good job.
The long field goal on the year for Mangold is 44 yards. Pretty close to that now. Kitch out, J.J. Davis. They're going to get it, 8 seconds, and the first down.
8 seconds, only 3 seconds off the top. If they want to do that again, they can get 5 more yards closer.
And here's the dilemma. If you're Lion Decker, you want to get it, but you can't. You can want to take a shot at the end zone, but you can't hold it too long.
No, it's got to be a fade. The Lakota West is sitting deep.
And he'll throw it away with 2 seconds left.
I tell you what, you got to love it when you got extra coaching staff in
the entire crowd is like, no, you can't scramble. You have to throw it now.
I don't know if you could hear that at home, but we could definitely hear it in the booth. You had 2,000, maybe 2,500 quarterback coaches in the stands yelling, "Get rid of it!"
So Mangold from the hash will be a 42-yard attempt. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it's good. So as time expires at the half, Chris Mangold connects from 42 yards. And at half, it's your Colerain Cardinals 24. The Lakota West Firebirds 10 as we get another look at the field goal.
He needed 42. He got about 45 on that. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Colerain goes into the locker room. The 24-10 answers the lone touchdown for Lakota West with a field goal of their own. 24-10. Second half coming up after this.
For those of you still listening on WeAreColerain.com, we'll be back at approximately the 5-minute mark with first half stats and other scores.
With assistant directors Glenn Greenwood and the University of Cincinnati for business. His favorite band, escorted by his band.
All right, so as the senior introductions and congratulations wrap up for the band, there's approximately 2 minutes to go before we restart the second half of play here. Some first half stats.
Colerain leading at half over Lakota West Firebirds, 24-10. Leading in first downs, 11-6.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's
Rushing
have a round of
yards,
applause
for
for
Cardinals,
your
147 and only
Cardinal
49
senior.
for West. Passing yards, West has 35, Colerain with 143. Total offensive plays, 33 for West for 84 yards. Colerain, 29 for 290 yards. Colerain has 2 fumbles, both of them lost, the only turnovers. Time of possession, Lakota West 16 minutes and 9 seconds. Colerain 7:51. Individual leaders rushing, Deontay Smith-Moore 7 for 74 yards and 1 touchdown. Leyendecker 6 for 35. And J.J. Davis 2 for 6. Gunnar Leyendecker for Colerain is 7 for 11 passing for 143 yards, a 75-yard long, and 1 touchdown. J.J. Davis, he's your man of the day so far. 4 catches, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, and 75-yard long. For Lakota West, David Afari, their leading rusher, 16 carries, 37 yards. That's only a 2.3-yard carry. Passing, Jaden Horton, 3 for 7 for 35 yards, but does have 1 touchdown. That touchdown was to Dylan Jones for 17 yards. Leading tacklers, Xavier Peters all over the place, 7 tackles. Cedric Thomas with 4. Chris Johnson with 4, and David Jones with 4 for Lakota West. For Colerain, Dan Bolden has 9 tackles. Ethan Stout has 6. Deshaun Pace with 5, and Tanner Riley with 5. Those are your stats.
Some halftime scores. Sycamore leads Lakota East at halftime, 27-0. Middletown leads Oak Hills 28-14. Princeton leads Hamilton 24-10. And the surprise of the evening, Mason leads Fairfield 15-0. Elsewhere, Elder playing the International School of Broward, which is a charter school from Florida. I have no idea why they have a connection. I went down there last year. They would be considered Division 7 here in Ohio. I don't know why Elder plays them, but they're up 49-0 at halftime. Elsewhere, Anderson was up 28-7 over Milford. It's now 28-21. Northmont all over Springbow, 35-3. Centerville up on Fairmont, 29-14. Wayne leads Springfield, 14-13. So we get back to action here. Hort set to kick off for Lakota West. J.J. Davis and Sear Jones back deep as the Cardinals won the opening toss and deferred to the second half. Kick will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and the Cardinals will start the opening possession of the second half on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, good kick that time. J.J. Davis has given him some fits there return, and this time he kicks it away from him. Sincere Jones, he was playing on that side, but didn't have even a chance to get to the ball, but makes a wise decision, lets it bounce into the end zone. So Colerain starts this second half up 24-10. They had deferred after winning the opening coin toss. They'll be having the ball, throwing 20.
That's a reminder. Nope, we won't get the reminder. I formation. Same formation. Cardinals have been in nearly the entire ball game.
Yeah, haven't mixed it up too much. We saw a little shotgun towards the end when they had to throw the ball.
Option, keeper, takes it now, pitches out. J.J. Sincere Jones with it on the edge. Finds the edge. He'll be pushed out, but not before he gets near the line to gain.
I'll tell you what, really impressed with Leyendecker so far tonight. He's very decisive. He has kept it when he's need to keep it, but they forced the pitch. But I want to he's made it very accurate, even though a late pitch, which draws the defense closer and has opened up. When he gets those Davis or Jones to the outside, they've made big plays.
Waiting on the change to be set. He did get enough for the first down. Short side handoff. DSM cuts back and a great tackle in open field. Not before DSM gets 10 yards and another Cardinal first down.
Yeah, Cedric Thomas comes up from his defensive back position. They found something up front. The big defensive line. I don't know if it's a blocking scheme. They're letting them over pursue, but since about the middle of the second quarter, have found something with the fullback.
I formation Cardinals. 7 seconds on the play clock. They got to get this off. Drop back, play action pass, and overshot Josh Huber.
Little bit of pressure. Didn't really get his feet set. Huber just kind of opened up into flats. Good defensive coverage downfield. Forces Leyendecker to throw it underneath and just over Huber's head.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Cardinals back to that wing formation.
Lakota West really loading up that box.
J.J. Davis in motion. Handoff. DSM tries to get through, but a good shoestring tackle limps him to a 5-yard gain.
Tackle made by Daniel Shabola.
Daniel Shabola on the tackle.
5-yard
He's been
pickup,
disruptive
3rd
up
and
in the end there. Good job, good penetration, but he finds a seam. Not the biggest fullback, but he doesn't need much to get through there. Positive yards. He's going to make it a 3rd down and 5. Need to get just across midfield.
Leyendecker sends Jones in motion. Handoff. DSM finds some space, and he gets the line to gain.
For another Colerain first down.
Yeah, just a straight dive again. Taken down by Landon Rozier. He gets up. Okay, his shoulder did touch the ground. We saw that his brother play a couple of years ago. Just had a talent. I don't know if it's the wrestling background that they had on just to end up landing on top of the tackler and rolling through it to keeping his feet. But his shoulder did touch the ground. So 1st down for Colerain.
Davis in motion. Quick pitch. Speed to the outside. J.J. Davis trying to find the gap. He does. And he's got a 1st down and a great block of the edge by Sincere Jones.
If you're going to load the box, on Lakota West is the side. It's going to leave your outside one-on-one to make plays. Defense.
Get a look here. Just look at Sincere. Just slam down on this play. You can't see it from that angle.
Yeah, it sets you up one-on-one. You've got to get off your blockers if you're a defensive back from Lakota West. So far, Colerain wide receivers doing a good job on the edge.
High formation. To the boundary. Leyendecker keeps it himself. He's going to get about 8 yards on the play.
And here's that man Peters with another tackle. Leyendecker reads the end, keeps it this time, and that's the correct read.
6 on the play brings up 2nd down. 4.
Yeah, you can't give Kroger too much grief for missing his block because he got on him. He didn't make the tackle until 8 yards downfield, but still, Xavier Peters is all over the field for the Firebirds. Speed pitch outside. Sincere Jones going the other way. Firebirds are there, but Sincere Jones gets the most out of nothing. He gets it to about inside the 20-yard line.
Just short of the 1st down. You're absolutely correct. Lakota West does a good job. It's Rozier turning him up, but
that's good for another Colerain.
They are going to give him the 1st down.
They need it to 19. That's where they're going to mark it.
Well, now
just passed.
19-yard line.
Back to the double wing. Davis in motion. Handoff. DSM finding some space. No one in front. Deontay Smith Moore. 6 points.
All credit up front. He goes in untouched. Untouched does your fullback, your leading rusher for the day, Deontay Smith Moore. He follows the block by his offensive line and just goes in easily. T.J. Ganella, Jacob Davis, A. Sheriff, Rusty Feth, Nick Kroger, just blowing huge holes up front.
And it's nice that the Cardinals, so as Mango gets set for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is down, kick is up. And it's good at the 9:42 mark of the 3rd quarter. It's the Colerain Cardinals 31. Firebirds of Lakota West 10. And it's nice when we're calling this. Cardinals have found something offensively, but it's even nicer because by format, usually there's some, hesitation. Who has the ball? Leyendecker or Smith? Just by the way the defense is presenting itself, you know exactly who's got the ball because the read is very apparent on that defensive end. You knew DSM had the ball because that defensive end was so far up and he had so much space there up the middle.
Yeah, you've got to give Gunnar Leyendecker credit. He is reading that and giving the ball up. I mean, you want your option quarterback to make every play. You want him to be semi-selfish and want to make every play himself. but you also want
we
to
can
distribute the
we
ball.
can see it up here. I mean, it's
Supercuts.
they found something to make this Lakota West defense show itself, and it's making. Yes, he's making the right reads, but they've made them.
Made the reads a little
The
easier.
formation and the blocking has made those reads very easy for linebackers.
And we haven't seen him switch up on defense. I mean, they've pretty much going with that four-man front, moving Peters around a little bit.
So Mangold set to kick. This one will not reach the end zone. Line drive caught about the 8-yard line. Cedric Thomas trying to find some space. Gets by one defender still on his feet and off of another. Luke Bolden has him, and he lost the football.
Thomas returns the kickoff.
But they're going to say his knee was down first.
Back to the 32-yard
I tell you what, shows some great elusiveness there. He ran through a few tackles. Cedric Thomas, 5'7", 150-pound senior. Shows good patience, finds a seam, does a good job, runs through the arm tackle, Luke Ponning, and again breaks another tackle there. Gets a few extra yards after contact.
So this is interesting. For the first time that I can remember this season, Deontay Smithmore is in it defense.
Is he playing a little...
Your entire starting backfield is in the starting backfield on defense.
And he's playing outside linebacker.
Yes, he is. Handoff Afari up middle. Trying to close it. Afari still getting the edge. Pushing downfield. Still in bounds.
Ball carrier.
And that's some contact right there.
Big contact between Afari and Sincere Jones, but Afari already got 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, he gets outside. DSM can't make the play. Good block on Hicks. Forced out by Bolden.
Second down, 3.
Lowers the shoulder. Sincere Jones stops him. Doesn't pick up the first down, but almost, let's call it 7 yards.
And I almost wonder if this is just, we think you're going to be throwing the ball, so put an extra DB on the field, but he's lining up an outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Deshaun Pace not in the ball game, so you got to think maybe there's something up with Deshaun Pace here.
Yeah, that center is really moving that ball around a lot. And Colerain Cardinals pushing it, pointing that out. It took a while for the referees to call that.
Yeah, Deshaun Pace is in street clothes on the sidelines. So, Colerain Cardinals already lost one defensive end coming into this game. They've lost 2 more. So,
now, is Pace wearing a brace of any kind?
No, Deshaun Pace has just got street clothes on, no brace or anything. So maybe a precautionary thing, but. So second down and 9, 8. Handoff, Afari up the middle, close, and Ethan Stout again there to make the tackle, and Deontay Smith-Moore helps close out.
Ethan Stout, a very versatile player on the defense. He's put his hand in the dirt a couple times early in the season. Gives some relief there at middle linebacker. Sean Pace out of the ball game.
Really testing the depth of this Cardinal team that already lacked depth.
So Stout having a big game, pretty much exclusively playing middle linebacker.
So third down and 5. Drop back, Horton. Luke Bolden applying pressure. He's going to have to step up. Horton trying to find some space. He's going to be short of the line.
Depends on the spot.
He's going to be short by the near official.
Yeah, the far official. And the inaccuracy of this. One referee has an incomplete pass.
Needed the 43, got the 41, so it'll be 4th and 2. And
they're going to leave their offense out there.
They're going to leave the offense out there. And they're going to go to that T formation that they've liked.
They try to draw them off sides. Nope.
Handoff Afari. He's got the first down across midfield. And the Firebirds convert on the 4th down.
Coach Cox just goes power, follows the fullback, nicely blocked, takes Stout out of the play. Takes it into Colerain territory, just across the 50.
I enjoy this more of my real job.
So, again, staying with that T formation, the Firebirds have had some success running out of this just power-wise. Drop back, handoff. Swanson is going to try to get the edge, and who makes the tackle? But Deontay Smithmore.
Well, one thing you got on the edge right there, not a lot of size playing outside linebacker, but your fullback shows a lot of speed right here. They run this
your fullback playing outside linebacker. Let's clarify that.
Right. Your fullback playing outside linebacker, but he's not your typical fullback. He's more of a speed back there. And just shows explosiveness and just blew. There was no blocking him. A 5-yard loss.
We knew these three, Deontay Smithmore, J.J. Davis, and Sear Jones, were special going back to the 8th grade, but they're showing it here, showcasing tonight. Handoff, counter again. Afari trying to find some space. They'll manage just 1 yard. I remember distinctly a couple years back the Colerain White Oak Middle School game. Deontay Smithmore played for White Oak. Sincere Jones played for Colerain, and it was literally those two going back and forth for touchdowns.
50-yard touchdown, 60-yard touchdown both ways. And you never know at that age how a kid's going to develop, but you knew there was depth of talent from both of those schools, which doesn't happen a lot. You know, normally one of those schools is a little bit stronger than the other, but what a great game that was a couple years ago. A 3rd down and 14.
Not the situation you want to be in if you're the Firebirds. The Cardinals are going to come after Horton. High snap got in by Horton. Throw over the middle. Caught at the 45, but it'll be about 4 yards short. They're going to give him the 44.
Just sat down in the middle of the zone. Patterson getting up a little bit slow.
Bring up 4th and 4.
He's going to make this manageable. He went for it on 4th and 2 on his own side. This is a 4th and 4.
Well, you're down 4 scores.
Can't hold nothing back at this point.
It's not 7 years ago, but it is 4 scores. 3 scores.
Yeah, I saw that too. Jakari Patterson, your safety for Colerain, getting up a little slow. Officials just kind of wanted to stop the clock there and make sure he was okay. Good call by the official.
So, 4th and 4.
The play clock.
Snap back, Horton looks to throw. His pressure's applied. He makes one man miss. Lost the football. And it won't matter who recovers it. It will be recovered by the Firebirds, but it'll be a turnover on downs. Cardinals take possession.
Obvious passing situation. Smith Moore comes flying from the outside, forces him up the middle, and actually forces the fumble. Gets loose. Lakota West does fall on it, but change of possession on 4th down. Colerain Cardinals going to have good field position.
Look at that. You have your 3 backs going both ways. Their backup, Freddie Johnson, is making sure the freshmen, making sure they all got water off as they came from the sidelines.
Well, he's also standing near the coaches. He wants his shot.
Well, he's next to step in if Leyendecker under center. Step back, fakes it, gonna go deep. Josh Huber looking for the catch. He's got it. One-handed, stays on his bounds. Josh Huber, the senior, with a one-handed grab.
Yeah, just recognizing a one-on-one, just threw it up. A little bit of height advances. Huber does a great job, and what Leyendecker does there is just get some air on it, trust your receiver, and look at that one-handed catch, gets both feet in bounds. A huge first down by senior.
He tried to stay in bounds so he could cut back and go for the touchdown, but they'll get it inside the 20-yard line for a Cardinal first down.
You know what that passing does, too, it gives your linebacker now playing fullback a little bit of a breather. Smith Moore looks like he's a little bit winded. Back to the I formation.
Step back. Kick out. Sincere Jones got one man to beat. Stays on his feet, and they're going to call holding in the open field.
Sincere Jones.
Yeah, flag comes out behind the play.
Flags on the playing surface.
Your physical block on the outside, really couldn't tell right there, but the officials were right on it.
Brings the ball back to the Colerain correction at Lakota West 27-yard line.
So, reset. It'll be first down and 20.
Like, don't go down
18,
there. We'll
spot
wide.
foul.
He was putting the flag back in his hand.
First and 18.
Like, what?
Cardinals back to a wing formation. Back, handoff kept. Leyendecker finding some space. One man to beat, cuts back, cuts. Still in bounds, finally pushed out inside the 5-yard line.
I tell you, that's another big run by a linebacker wanting to get in the end zone. But again, he's forced out inside the 5. You think he's going to go out of bounds because he's the quarterback.
That was one where Coach Bowden was like, go out of bounds. We don't need you to get hurt. You're up some scores. Just get into the get out of that play safely. But it'll be first and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Double tight ends. Bowden both in at running back for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Jonathan Hudson, senior in the ball game, on the offensive line, along with Taj Roberts.
Bowden in motion. Step back. They're going to throw. Luke Bowden just missed it.
He was there.
He had either Bowden open in the flat, and he just overshot Luke Bowden on the play. Just a play-action rollout. He's got Luke Bowden there and just leads him a bit too far.
Yeah, decent coverage by Jeremiah Ross, but he did have a step.
That's why Luke Bowden plays linebacker and not tight end.
Well, he played a little tight end last year.
That's why he played blocking tight end. Not that fluid, motion. The motion that gets the whatever. Same formation. Second down and goal. Handoff, DSM, 6 points, touchdown. Just like that, it's another Cardinal touchdown.
Just a straight dive, power on power, Colerain, and another flag after the play by the same official wearing a white hat.
And it's going to be a dead ball personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike Colerain.
Get another look at the DSM touchdown. Just a strong block, put it in the end zone for 6 points.
They're going to enforce the penalty on the kickoff.
Mangold to attempt the extra point for the Cardinals. Nick Martini, the holder.
Mangold set to kick the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. And it's good on the 4:44 mark. The 4:44 mark of the third quarter. It's the Colerain Cardinals 38. Lakota West Firebirds 10.
And remember, thanks again to everybody from Waycross Community Media, all the volunteers behind the camera, in the booth, and in the truck, bringing this to you tonight. We watched the replay here by a great camera work from guys up there. And if you like what you see and you want to be part of a future broadcast or even create a broadcast of your own, it's www.waycross.tv/volunteer, or you can call them at 513-825-2429.
Thanks to everyone for Waycross. I'm going to give a special shout out to everyone listening live on YouTube. And here we got an email in from Lenny Lopez listening from sunny Corona, California. Thanks, guys, for all the work, and we want to wish you well. We know Lenny Lopez sent us an email a couple weeks ago dealing with those forest fires out in California. So nice to hear from him as the penalty is enforced on the kickoff, so the Colerain Cardinals will kick off from their own 25-yard line.
You know what's interesting? You gotta love Colerain fans. We had Chris Walker down in Texas dealing with the floods. We have Lenny Lopez still watching the game through the fires in California. We gotta love our fans. Are these guys mailmen through snow and sleet and hurricane and
no idea.
Forest fire?
Mangold's kickoff is a low line drive, fielded at the 20, but bobbled by Thomas. And he's got lots of space if he can get to the edge. Cardinals are going to try to force some good play by Javon Hicks.
You know, sometimes those bobbled snaps allow a little bit of seams to open up, and it seems like the ones that are thrown out of rhythm kind of get the defenders out of their lanes.
If Javon Hicks doesn't make that tackle, he's got
a lot of space.
Javon Hicks fights through 2 blockers to make this play.
And he's got 4 or 5 blockers in front of him if he gets past 6.
38-10. Cardinals with a 28-point lead.
Okay, Alonzo Kendricks is going to play a little safety. Patterson I saw him get shaken up on the last, just looked like he got his bell rung the last series.
Snap back, handoff to Afari. He's got some space still on his feet. And he'll get about 9 yards of the play. Alonzo Kendricks is checked in safety. He's getting another look here.
Look at this fullback, 35 Lakota West. Gets outside, lead block.
Good block.
You can't see behind the play. He laid out DeShante Smith-Moore, and what I liked best about it, they both jumped up and said, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Very complimentary. Good work, guys. So
Alonzo Kendricks checks in for Jagari Patterson. Kendricks has made a lot of tackles this year for the Colerain Cardinals on special teams. The senior going to step up on senior night for the defense.
Listed as a junior.
Oh, junior, excuse me. Pass deep over top is incomplete.
Yeah, just a jump ball found him streaking down the field. It looked like he had it. He high pointed the ball, did a good job, a good throw.
Jordan Harris went over top of J.J. Davis, but J.J. Davis knocked it away as they came to the ground. 3rd down and 1. That was a good call there, Lakota West. 2nd and short.
Take a shot
deep. See what the Firebirds do here on 3rd and short.
Yeah, Colerain with a lot of guys going both ways, kind of showing a little bit of fatigue here, and it's only the 3rd quarter.
3rd and 1.
Lots of movement. There's a defensive lineman for Colerain that flinched, but he did not cross over.
And that is the call. False start. On the Firebirds.
Yeah,
Brendan Hobbs came forward, but he never crossed the line of scrimmage.
He's right over the ball, maybe a yard and a half off. So when he flinched, he didn't cross. So yeah,
it caused Ethan Elliott to come forward. And offsides for the Firebirds. So now it's 3rd and 6, and it completely changes the play call. Or not. Handoff lost. Ball still loose. Jaden Horton gets back on top of it.
Yeah, this time is the first time he looked like he wanted to keep it. He put it into the belly of the running back, and he's been giving it up the whole time. This time he wanted it himself. And if you haven't done that all game, it's hard to get that feel in the mesh.
And I thought it would have changed their call from 3rd and 1, but I can bet that was probably the same play.
That's pretty much their bread and butter play. They run that 75% of the time.
So Hort back to punt. Bolden nearly got a hand on it. Hicks will field it. Step back. Step through. Got some space, and he's got one man to beat in open field. He's got the punter. He beats him, and he's got open field. Javon Hicks with the punt return for a touchdown.
You know, he broke some big ones this year, but I believe, is that his first? He's
taken the first one that counted.
That punt was a little bit low. Got right to him. Good hit. One guy bit. The big man going to UC. Is he going to play offense there? Is he going to play defense? But for 6'2", 190 pounds, shows a lot of speed, shows strength right there. Runs right past the fullback. And a special team score for the Colerain Cardinals.
And Javon Hicks goes 71 yards on senior night for the touchdown. Martini with the hold down. Mangold adds the kick. And with 2:56 to play in the 3rd quarter, it's the Cardinals 45.
Yeah,
the Firebirds of Lakota West 10.
Still more than a quarter left to play. It's senior night. You want to get some of these guys in, but you don't want to take out your starters too early.
Now the thing is, now that it is a 5-touchdown, 30-plus point game, 35-plus point lead, there will be a running clock as soon as this next play commences.
Jeremiah Ross.
So it looks like Colerain's going to get some substitutions here on this kick coverage team. Let's go, Coach. You need 11. Count them out.
1, 2, 11. Chris Mangold set to kick off.
To thank Noodles and Company for the food in the press box, we encourage you to try their new 3 Noodles and Cheese. It's short of play.
So Mangold's going to tee it up at the 40.
Kick is up. Kick is high. It'll be fielded by Thomas at the 6-yard line. So try to find some space. Josh Huber had him initially, lost control, and the tackle is made by Alonzo Kendricks.
You called that one early. Kendricks has shown up a lot this year on special teams. Huber makes initial contact, almost gets the ball out of there.
There has been two, Alonzo Kendricks, the junior, and the senior Javante Turnage. They don't start in the defensive backfield, but they make so many plays on kick coverage. As we get a score update, final.
Firebird, 31-yard line.
Mason has defeated Fairfield 15-0. So.
Does that throw a wrench in the Harburn ratings?
No, it doesn't really matter for the Cardinals because they're going to be the 2 seed and X is going to be the 1 seed. Horton still in a quarterback. Snap back, handoff of Fari, faked, throw to the flat, trying to find some space. Ball is fumbled, it's still loose. Ball still loose. And who has it? Who has it? Colerain Cardinals. Alonzo Kendricks.
What was that? J.J. Davis comes up one-on-one with the wide receivers. We watch replay. The quarterback pulled it out, and he throws it to the running back in the flat, and he's got some space in front of him.
And you talk about it.
J.J. Davis gets off his blocker, strips the ball out of there.
And you talk about it. You said,
look, watch Kendricks keep working. Keep working. Keep working.
You talk about a kid stepping up when he gets the opportunity. Alonzo Kendricks just did that.
So we got a lot of changes. Not too many. New fullback, new tailback.
Hamaz Abdul-Wahid in a fullback, Freddie Johnson in at tailback, Billy Cromwell in at wide receiver. Handoff, Hamaz Abdul-Wahid takes it.
You know what? You got some substitutions on offensive line. There was the big man right there, Xavier Peters. He hasn't given up. That play was so ugly, it was tough to call because I'm not really sure. Xavier Peters just blows up the fullback, the quarterback, everybody at once.
Nick Martini checks in for Josh Huber. Yeah, Xavier Peters just blew up that entire play.
Has he signed with anybody yet? Do you know?
I believe it's Kentucky. Handoff.
Nope.
Faked. Leyendecker keeps it, fakes the pitch, still on his feet, breaks the tackle. First down for the Colerain Cardinals.
Nice read. He's got a good feel for the option right there. Even with the subs in, defensive end force him to keep it outside. Fakes the pitch, turns it up, and splits 2 defenders right there. Leyendecker has had a good night with his reads.
Peters is committed to the University of Kentucky. So first down. Again, it's a running clock with the score, with the Colerain Cardinals up 35 points.
Probably the last play of the third quarter.
Leyendecker keeps it up the middle,
tackled at 3.
Still on his feet. Go down, go down, go down. Don't get hurt.
Down at the 4-yard line.
You know what? He has taken his team, marched them down the field, and tackled inside the 5.
This is like, there was a game earlier this year where Deontay Smith-Moore pushed, and Sincere Jones pushed the ball downfield the entire time, because that's the final play of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School, it's the Colerain Cardinals 45, Lakota West Firebirds 10. There's a game, I want to say Hamilton, where Deontay Smith-Moore just got it downfield, and didn't get any of the touchdowns.
Well, you take what the defense gives you when you get close in.
Tonight we're giving
Gunner is very quick, but he's not going to run away. And granted, you want to give your backup quarterback some snaps, but your backup quarterback has played fullback.
Is your starting fullback is playing both ways because he's in for the injured on linebacker.
I see him taking some snaps right now.
You know what? Why don't we see the third string quarterback at this point? Quick score update.
Congratulations, you won tonight.
Milford had tied it up at 28. Anderson scores again, so 34-28. Anderson leads Milford. It's a big game for Anderson in Division II, but it's also a big game. Milford trying to do two things: get into the playoffs for the first time since the 80s, and two, win out and host a game here in Division I. Although if they lose tonight, they will likely have a chance to be the first-round opponent for the Colerain come playoff time.
So the Colerain Cardinals going to take the field, and DSM is going in at quarterback. Gunnar Leyengecker again takes him down inside the 5.
Amaz Abdul-Wahid in the backfield with the two Boltons. Motion, keeper, DSM breaks one tackle, still on his feet. Never went down, but they're going to call us forward progress because he's laying on top of two defenders. Broken at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he tries to follow his blockers behind there, and Peters is there to blow it up. Stops him, but you're absolutely right. Second, third effort.
Good job by Peters. He got right off the Dan Bolden block.
That doesn't happen often. Bolden usually locks in on you. He's going to take you down.
Bolden in motion. Fake, roll, DSM has his choice, and he's got Dan Bolden for a touchdown reception.
You know what I'm looking at there? DSM, and he had his choice of Dan or Kyle.
Dan or Luke.
Dan or Luke. He had his choice of either one. So you want to celebrate because your teammate got it, but are you happy that he threw the ball to your cousin because you were that wide open?
Chris Mangold to attempt the extra point. Nick Martinez.
He's going to congratulate him, but I'm going, there's going to be, I'd like to be at the breakfast table tomorrow.
Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. And with 11:16 to play, Colerain Cardinals have extended the lead 52-10. And you might say, why do you run that play? Why do you throw it there when it's an obvious run down, you're up points? But that's one of those plays Colerain's running just to put it on film to make people look, hey, this is what we can do on the goal line. They may never run that play again. They force future opponents to look at it.
And you need to practice that too. That could be a two-point conversion as a key, and with your backup quarterback. DSM is shown, we knew last year, he's not that big of a guy, but he can throw the ball when he needs to. And if you give him that run-pass option, he could have probably ran that ball in at that point.
Couple other final scores. Northmont defeats Springboro 35-10, thus effectively eliminating Springboro from the playoffs. Harrison defeats Mount Healthy 37-6. Final Sycamore 40, Lakota East 13, and it wasn't even that close. It was 40-0 at one point. Sycamore they defeat the Thunderhawks 40-13.
Weekly.
Yeah, they do.
Cedric Thomas.
Mangold set to kick off again. Thomas.
Lakota West. Chris Mangold kicking off for Colerain.
Back deep along with Jeremiah Ross. Kick is up, and it'll be fielded by Thomas again. Around the 5-6 yard line, trying to find some space. Down the sidelines, makes one man miss. Probably because there was a block in the back.
Well, no, he kind of ran into his own man. There's a Colerain player, and the referee has got his feelings hurt again. This time, there's a Colerain player and a Lakota West player behind a play.
Firebirds.
Personal foul and sportsmanlike contact. This time on the Firebirds. Get another look at it, and we'll get to see if we can see where the holding call exactly is.
It was on 44. It was way behind the play, so it really didn't affect the play. There's a little bit of push in between 44 from Lakota West and Huber. And then after the play, I'm not sure what was said, but from what I'm told on the field, it doesn't take much to hurt this referee.
Yeah, I mean, it just looked like a Colerain player, and 44.
Just got kind of.
And they no one got into it. They were just kind of hitting each other and walking away from each other. But again, quick flag. This time it comes at the expense of the Firebirds. So we have some substitutions. Number 38 now in the defensive backfield for the Cardinals, along with 24 Devontae Turnich and 15. So 34, 38.
That's Davion Bates along with Darian Steele.
And 15 Darian Steele. So the senior going to get in here.
DeMonte Allen in on defensive line.
Handoff up the middle. Still on his feet is Afari.
Kendricks on the tackle.
Also in the ballgame, 45.
Going deep into the rosters, really testing this. DeMonte Allen already had him.
78.
78 is not listed in my program.
Might not have been 78. 35.
That's Willie Finch.
15.
We already have that one.
38.
That's Darian Steele. And 38, that was the first one you called. That's Devian Bates again.
Handoff, Afari trying to find some space. Steele forces him inside. Off of one tackle, Turnage, and Real will bring him down. 42.
Darrell Patrick in the ballgame.
46.
Ryan Beavers, along with Sam Teetsort.
So wholesale substitutions. 78 is in the ballgame, but we don't have a name for him. T formation, handoff, up the middle of Fari. Met Javante Turnage pushes him back. Good tackle in open field by the senior.
You know, you're absolutely right. Turnage just kind of held his ground, makes contact, and no yards after contact, just stick. No, you're not good in that first down. And just drives him to the ground, so brings up a second down. About 3 yards. As he said, we're back to the running clock. 9 minutes left to play. Lakota West still has all their starters in.
44.
Sam Teetsart.
I already got that one. I'm just naming names.
We got him.
Handoff, double handoff, ball's on the floor, and it is still loose. Still on the floor. Horton picks it up, and the fumble in the backfield turns into a 12-yard gain. Just like the Firebirds drew it up.
Dakota West, 1st and 10.
Yeah, so they tried that double handoff. They did, and he missed it. He kicks the ball forward, doesn't get loose. Couple Colerain players right there. And there's your quarterback, man on the spot, picks it up. They should do that every time.
Eight minutes to play now. Snap back, handoff of Fari, trying to get some space. He's met by a few Cardinals. It will be 42 and 35, bringing them down.
That's Darrell Patrick, good linebacker.
45.
Along with
And
DeMonte Allen.
And the eponymous 78, whose name we don't have on our roster.
2nd down, 5.
Yeah, I've got 2 rosters for Colerain. He's not listed in either.
It got to the stroke. Snap is back. Handoff. Swanson makes one man miss. Still on his feet. First down. I went to the stat guys are like, some of these guys' numbers, it's just the stat is popping back, name not found. So again.
First down from the Colerain 36-yard line.
I've noticed too on the sidelines, we've got this time of year, Colerain's got some players with white helmets, no stickers. So they've dressed those as the freshmen that they brought up. Give what feels like to be on a Friday night game.
Handoff, Swanson up the middle, trying to find some space, still on his feet, pushes forward for an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, the size advantage that Lakota West had with their starters against our starting defensive line is really even greater now that we've gone to
50 checks in for the Cardinals.
Well, now spot on the Colerain 29-yard line. 2nd.
Rico Hambrick.
37 also in.
37 is not listed in the program. 2nd and 3.
Do we have a 17 maybe? There's offsides on the Colerain Cardinals.
We do have a 17. It's Jordan West.
I think that was. I know it's Jordan West because I remember calling basketball games for Jordan West. He's not the tallest young man, but he was out there for that last play. The senior, you're not senior now. First down and 10 for the Firebirds on the Cardinal 24.
We've got a chain issue.
Officials timeout.
Officials timeout.
Cardinal fans, just a reminder, the high-flying
And as we
Cardinals
speak,
travel to
down
Tokyo
28-7 at one
next
point.
Friday.
Milford has taken the lead, 35-34 over Anderson.
Wow.
Step back handoff, Afari pushing forward.
Afari, the ball carrier.
Lakota West not really doing anything fancy. Just saying we're bigger than you. Just going straight ahead. Good push by the offensive line. 2nd down 3.
Clock continues to run now under 5 minutes. Snap back, Horton. Nope, it's Swanson. No, it is Horton. Keeps it around the edge.
Horton, the ball carrier.
And we'll pick up the first down.
He's going to take it down to the 12-yard line.
Tackle made by number 24, Javon.
Student body left from Jaden Horton.
And number 4.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot from the running back. Horton really hasn't run enough himself. First
Good.
time he's kept it.
Good tackle by the backup senior linebacker, DeMondre Allen. Handoff of Fari. Tries to get around Javante Turner. Did a good job of bouncing that play out. Fari does a good job, but he's going to pick up with just 1 yard.
Yeah, Turner gets great penetration here on the outside. Force him outside, just slows him down. There's Teetsort right there. Chase him to the outside, and then Kendricks forces him out of bounds. But because of the running clock, the clock is still running, even though he stepped out of bounds.
You can tell, look at that play of Fari. He's been Mr. Everything tonight for Lakota West, and he looks to be pretty gassed there, taking some heavy breaths. Back to that T formation. He'll get another handoff here.
Fari, the ball carrier. To the 6-yard line.
Hambrick with the tackle here.
Follows his fullback right up the middle. Taken down at the 6, Rico Hambrick, junior in the ballgame.
So 3rd down and 5.
Probably 4-down territory for the Lakota West Firebirds. I think that's an easy call. Don't think at this point they'd settle for a field goal.
Handoff. Capped. Horton tried to get to the edge.
They're going to mark him down. He reached into the end zone trying to get the touchdown. But his knee was down, but is going to be probably enough for the first down.
Just a naked bootleg there. Good job by Horton to get everything he can. Breaks the tackle. Kendricks can't get by Hambrick. But a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Sneak by Jaden Horton. And he's in for 6 points. So Horton on the quarterback keeper. Cuts it down to a 52-16 lead.
Extra point pending.
Michael Doyle attempting the extra point.
Snap is back, kick is up. And it's good. And with 2:25 to play, it's the Colerain Cardinals 52. The Firebirds of Lakota West 17.
And believe it or not, there's a personal foul after the play against Colerain. The kick is good. I saw absolutely nothing. Do we... Hang on just a second. So with the personal foul that's called after the field goal was good, will be enforced on the kickoff. Lakota West
will be kicking
from the Colerain 45.
And appears Lakota West is setting up for an onside kick.
Michael Doyle will be kicking off for Lakota West.
Down 35 points with 2 minutes left.
Michael Doyle set to kick. Yep, he's lined up for an onside kick.
Colerain's got their hands team in, but this is their JV hands team. Lakota West down 35, 2:29 left to play. It's going to need to recover this, score 5 times, recover every onside kick from that point on.
And they will get the onside kick,
which means nothing.
Clock will, though, should continue to run as soon as the play is run. Swanson gets the recovery for the Firebirds.
Correction, Lakota West recovers the onside kick.
Lakota West, with all their starters still in the ball game.
With the running clock, it has begun.
Still waiting for the chain crew to set up.
No, it was a timeout. They want to make sure they get all their defensive players in.
Timeout, Colerain.
We got a substitution in the ball game. Jake Riley, senior, in on defensive line.
And so was number 17.
That's senior Jordan West, 5'4", 140 pounds, playing safety.
And at corner, Nick Martini.
A lot of movement up front. Left tackle, or it might have been a tight end on this side of the field.
Either way, the clock should be rolling.
Well, but that's before the play started. So did the play ever get going?
So a false start. Make it 1st and 15.
Bolden was yelling at them to run the clock because they stopped it. No.
So that'll take 5 yards, bring it back to the Colerain 39, a 1st down and 15 to Lakota West.
God, this is just sad.
Handoff Afari trying to find some space, makes one man miss. He's gonna be brought down in the open field by what?
The biggest eruption on the field was for the smallest man with the biggest heart, Jordan West. All 5'4", 140 pounds, playing a little bit of safety right here. Shows a little bit of wheels, has an angle, gets down, makes the diving tackle, grabs the foot, takes him down. A big play, Jordan West.
Horton, hands off, gonna fake it, keep it himself, brought down from behind by number 15.
Yeah, Darian Steele, senior, defensive back. Play took a little bit long to develop. Great pursuit from the backside.
I know.
2nd down with 36 seconds left. And Horton gonna throw deep over top for 6 points.
Yes, good for Lakota West touchdown.
Touchdown pass from Horton to Cameron Webby.
I believe it's 21, Brandon, isn't it?
24.
Or 24, you're right.
Not a running clock anymore. Look how many seconds are left on the clock. Really? I just want to see Colerain run it back now.
Snap is back, kick is up, nearly blocked, but it'll get through. And with 15 seconds remaining, Colerain 52, Lakota West 24. The important thing is that score takes away a running clock.
Price
With 15 seconds
Now,
left.
in all honesty, if Lakota West tries another onside kick, Coach Bolden might take his team off the field. You do not have time to physically score 4 touchdowns.
Well, you didn't have it last time when down 5 scores.
Yeah.
And that's when you get players hurt, especially you've left your start. Well, I'm going to shut up right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will.
Coach Bolden is already not happy about some certain things in this game.
Hilarious, though.
Certainly not going to be happy with some others.
God, what time is it? Oh, that's not as late
He's
as I
lining
was
up for an
gonna be.
onside kick, Brandon.
Yep,
Oh, that's
and
good.
No, maybe not. Okay. He looked to the sidelines and asked the coach who they were almost lining up for the onside kick.
so Doyle set to kick. Onside kicks it into the air, caught, and immediately goes down. Is number 14.
Game over.
I don't know who's the name on 14.
That's Gavin McCoy, Jr.
That's your final here this evening. Cardinals 52, Firebirds 24.
And I guess that was a 15-second play. I don't know. That didn't seem like it went 15 seconds, but the clock is at 3 zeros, so that would do it. Game is final.
They ran 15 seconds off on an onside kick.
Well, we'll let it happen.
Well, let it happen.
5th final here. Colerain Cardinals defeated the Lakota West Firebirds 52-14. So for Brian Wyatt, I'm Brandon Wyatt. Everyone at WeAreColerain.com, you've been listening and watching Colerain football on Waycross Community Television.